Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are here to finally take a look at my movie room. We are going to do a full little room tour here, so pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so a room tour. Finally, everything is not set up exactly like I would want, but we're going to go ahead and take a look around. Everything's still a little bit of a work in progress, but you kind of get an idea of where I spend most of my time, where we spend most of our time watching movies, where I review movies for you guys, where I edit these videos, do all of that fun stuff. You see a few of the little fun things that I have in here, and get a little idea of my space. So it won't take that long. It's not that big, but we're going to take a look around, and I guess we'll start over here where you come into the room. Out here is the rest of my house, my living space, the bedrooms and everything. But in here, you come through some double doors, and this is sort of my space in here. And let's just take a look around. So the first thing you guys probably want to see is, well, let me do it like this. So if you guys don't know, I have another channel where I vlog the theme parks like Disney World, big Disney fan. I vlog Disney World and Universal. I've done it for fun and just kind of document our family vacations and stuff. And I'll do room tours of hotels that we stay in. So usually what I do is I just start at the door so you can orientate yourself. So that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be just like you just walked in to this room. And I'm going to spin you around, and we're just going to take a look. So if you come right in the door, right to the right, this is sort of the area to my outside, my back deck here. And it's kind of messy out there. I've had to replace some boards lately from all the damage and rain that we've had, but we go out there and watch movies on a big blow-up screen sometimes. Right to the right, of course, you guys know I'm a University of Georgia grad, so I have some University of Georgia stuff. This was a gift for my mom from an artist who signed it. And down here is one of the awards that I won for scoring films in a film festival, for scoring a film. I don't have all of my awards in here because I just don't have the space, but I'll show you guys some of the stuff that I do have. And right here, if you guys follow me, you know I did a movie, Dark Road 79. I'm going to spin you around so you get a good look at all this stuff, but these are guitars that were used in the movie, Dark Road 79. This is the original, like, one-sheet poster. Now, this movie has never gotten a release, so I'm actually contemplating doing an additional opening scene for this movie and self-releasing it on physical media. But had a deal a long time ago, pulled out of it because of some other bad deals with distribution companies. But let's take a look at all this stuff right here. All right, so here is the guitar, and the whole cast and crew signed it, and some of the ones you guys might be interested in are like, here is Bill Moseley's signature, of course, Bill from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, House of a Thousand Corpses, all that kind of stuff. And then my buddy Chance, who makes movies with me, Lance. Eddie George's signature is on here somewhere, the NFL player. Of course, I went ahead and signed it because I was the writer, director, and actually had the star in this one. Then we have some behind the scenes, like stills from the movie, and the big one sheet here, big poster. This is another screen used guitar. This one was also used in the music video that we did. My uncle wrote a song, and me and him and Chance wrote most of the music for this movie. This was used in here too, so there's Bill Moseley again. Everybody signed it. Some more on-set stuff. There's me and Bill. And then, of course, I was raised a Southern gentleman, so I keep a pretty well-stocked bar, though believe it or not, I don't actually drink that much. Very rarely do I drink. I mean, I have nothing against drinking. I'll enjoy it with good food or whatever. I just don't drink that much. I would rather eat my calories. But let's keep looking here. Of course, I'm old school, so I have a record player. Little receiver to push that here. And over here are all of my film festival passes where I've been a filmmaker, or like there's some for the 48-hour film projects. Somewhere in here is where I was at the Star Wars fan event, but some in here is where I was like a Days of the Dead. That's for Dragon Con, where I've been a guest at Days of the Dead. Usually you have to wear a wristband there, though, if you're a guest and you're not super famous. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff here. And then right here, now, you guys have heard me. If you follow me, you know I talk about Marty Cove a lot. Martin Cove from the Karate Kid, Sensei Kreese. I was a huge Karate Kid fan. I'm a child of the 80s. I love all that stuff. Marty got to be a good friend. Met him at Days of the Dead when we were both guests at Days of the Dead in Los Angeles. I met him and Jesse Cove, his son, and they both ended up starring in my movie Bring Me a Dream. Spent hours talking on the phone with Marty, just about anything, about how we both love the show Vikings, all kinds of stuff. Just absolutely just a super guy. Got to know him. I was bad about not eating and taking care of myself on set because I'm directing and I'm having to check dailies and all this kind of stuff. And he brought me a milkshake. He brought me food, went out and got me stuff. Just a super cool guy. He insisted that I do a scene with him in the movie. So I went ahead and put myself in the scene, Bring Me the Dream, with him and Jesse. And that was awesome to not only to work with Marty and to direct him and Jesse, but to do a scene with them. That was totally awesome in Bring Me a Dream. And every time I see Marty, whether we're a guest at Days of the Dead together, just run into him together, or somewhere, or like when he came to the red carpet premiere for Bring Me a Dream that we had in Atlanta, or whatever, or when we were both at Dragon Con and I got introduced around and got to meet Tom Welling and some other people. He always gives me something. And it's really cool. He gives me like a picture from one of his movies, and he'll sign and he'll write something to me. He just always gives me something. He always has something for me. So let's take a look at it. Now, the first time I met him, I said we were at Days of the Dead in LA, and I was there with April, who was the star of one of the stars of Dark Roads and also Bring Me a Dream. He actually wrote this one. He wrote two of these to both of us. He says, to April and Chase, good cinema lasts forever. Sweep the leg, Sensei Marty Cove. So he gave us that before I really knew him yet. And then later, this is one of the ones he gave me at when we were a guest again and we were waiting on the movie to come out, Bring Me a Dream. He gave me this at Days of the Dead, and then he was here shooting Cobra Kai in Atlanta, and it says, to Chase, our Western epic is coming soon. Keep smiling and shooting the words. Your gunman always, Marty Cove. Now, what he's talking about in that is I have a script called Hell Departed, and it's basically like House of a Thousand Corpses meets Penny Dreadful meets Deadwood. And he and I spent hours talking back and forth on the phone about the character developments and stuff like that in that script as I was writing it. That script actually won a national competition and got published But as you can imagine, anything that's Western based would be pretty expensive to make. It takes place in that time. So, but Marty loves Westerns. So, it was a passion. And so I wrote the script, but that's what he's talking about in that. We'll check out the rest of this stuff right here. Some more stuff from Dark Roads. Lance did some, because this was supposed to be in the 70s. He made some special 8 tracks for Dark Roads with the bands and everything. Super cool. I told you guys I collect, do Disney stuff. This is actually a beer stein from the Germany pavilion in Epcot with a piece, I taught history. This actually has a piece of the Berlin Wall on top. I have this other Viking horn from Epcot Norway Pavilion because I am English and Scandinavian descent. And one of my favorite villains is Gaston. That came from Gaston's Tavern. Risha got me this when Georgia went national championship back to back. So just some cool stuff here. I keep a lot of my other paintings that I've done down here in this corner. Can't even really get them out. There's just a bunch of them crammed in there. I don't have a lot of time to paint anymore. But now if you turn, you see some of that came back from Disneyland. And then if you stand over here at the door, that is the view of the rest of my room. And we'll get to everything here in just a minute. So a fun fact about this room, I've lived in this house for about 17 years. This room used to be a screened in back porch. So it was, we had it built onto. Now, one other thing I love is pictures. I tell you guys all the time, I'm the guy that loves the still photographs in special features, the still photographies, the still galleries. I kind of keep a lot of pictures like that around. I have a few of them in here. Let's check them out. So this here is me and Ric Flair. Ric Flair is his stepson was in my movie Buried Kane, and unfortunately his stepson just passed away suddenly. But he was in Buried Kane, so him and Wendy Barlow, who was Fifi from wrestling, they came out to my Realm of Souls red carpet premiere in addition to the Buried Kane one later. So that was there in Atlanta. This is me and Richard Krevlin, who was one of my professors at the University of Georgia, but he came from USC Film School and helped make Dark Roads with me. I was out in LA hanging out with him and Bill Mosley. We were eating some lunch at the farmer's market, goofing around. And of course, I have myself and my kids in here. My dad, who passed away a few years ago. This is me and my dad back when I was playing football. I was much larger. There is Risha right there at Disney. This is me and Tyler Maine on set of Bring Me a Dream. As you can see, I'm about 6'3" or so, especially with shoes on. I'm a little over that. So Tyler is a tall guy. We were clowning around. I'm not going to lie, there was a lot of brown liquor consumed that night on set. So if you ever see Bring Me a Dream and you see the behind the scenes stuff, there's a particular night that we're goofy as hell. There's a reason why. That was it. There's me and Bill again when we were both guests at Days of the Dead Atlanta. This is when I first met Marty. That's me and Marty and Jesse. And there's April. That's when we were Days of the Dead LA. My mom and I at the red carpet premiere of Buried Kane. April and I goofing off before set one night. And my late father, my brother, and I. My brother's like one of the only guys that... This will tell you how big we are in this family. My dad was about 6 foot tall. So we were definitely football players. So that's just some of the pictures in here. I had to move a couple out right here, right outside the room. We can take a look at these real quick if you guys want to. I'm not sure what all is in here, but we'll have a look. That's from On Set in Bring Me a Dream. This here, that is me and April again. My Uncle Harold, who did music on Dark Roads. Edward, my assistant director, one of my best friends who worked with me on this. This is when Dark Roads was showing out at Idlewild Film Festival and at Grauman's Chinese Theater right there in Hollywood. So we're getting ready to go see our movie in Hollywood. So that was pretty cool. It's my buddy Lance and David. We're on our way to set of Dark Roads there. My late grandmother. This is me and Edward here before one of our movies was showing at a film festival in Milledgeville, Georgia. And right here, this was on set of Dark Roads. There's Chance, Lance, Bill, April, and me cutting up. So just a few things in there. You get to see my... one of my favorite things is coffee. So right outside my door right here is my... this is my little coffee station area. My coffee with my supplements and vitamins and my coffee liqueurs. And I do enjoy wine every now and then. So this is kind of like my little corner. And it goes right into my editing movie room in here. It's Georgia, so we have ceiling fans. Eventually we'll probably replace this furniture. I like this mid-century modern look, but I would like some more space in here with some movie style seating. And of course, you guys know I'm going to have like little 80s touches everywhere. And then back here is let's try to get a little light on this. Let's close out this light. How about that? You got the TV reflection in here, but this is Buried Cane. This is the one drama that I did. And nobody believed in this movie. Nobody wanted to fund it. I had only done a couple of horror movies before then. And let's try to get it back on here. There we go. I had only done a couple of horror movies, and nobody really wanted to do a drama without any famous people in it. And we made that movie for about $10,000 and went out with Lance, and we sold it to Japan at the American film market, because one of the actresses we cast in the movie that I thought was really good, Charlotte, she went and got famous on a TV show in Japan. And so we negotiated a deal to sell it to Japan, and mostly we used that money to help make Dark Roads. But I love this movie. I would love to do a re-edit, director's cut, and put it out on physical media, because it only ever got a physical media release in Japan. So nobody has physical media rights to that here in the United States. So I could put that out. That would be very cool. And slowly trying to get the rights back to some of my movies. You can actually see this one on like Zumo, maybe Freevee, Tubi, I think is out there. So you can check it out. And of course, Marty also gave me this. You guys saw this from the background for a long time of my videos. This is an original 1984 Karate Kid 1 sheet, and he signed it, Marty Sensei Cove No Mercy, and he got Billy Zabka to sign it, who wrote Sweep the Leg, Johnny. And this is from my movie Realm of Souls, which is like a partial found footage movie. I think that one's out there on some streaming platforms too. So I kind of step back so you guys can see all of it back there. So that's where I hang out a lot right here. End up falling asleep there a lot too. I moved there's an ottoman that goes right there. I moved it over here because I sat right here at my desk and I prop my feet up on it a lot so that I can stretch my legs out. But I sit here a lot, kicking it, and watching a movie. And right now, Dark Roads is on the TV because I own that. And that is Chance right there on the TV. And now that's me. And oh, look, we're opening it up, and there is Bill Moseley in this scene. He is really good in this scene. He ad-libbed a line right here because I'm so much bigger than most actors. He ad-libbed a line here and called me a Sasquatch. And he caught me off guard, and I really broke character laughing because he's like, this whore and her Sasquatch right here. And the first time he said it, he kind of messed up and he called me a Sasquatch. But it was pretty funny. There's fun gag reels to this movie. But I hang out right here a lot. And as you can see, I got the just a little TV stand over here. Got the old PlayStation 4 down here. My son has the 5 in his room. Got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and stuff going on down here. I got to upgrade some of this stuff. I got my Klipsch speakers here. Nice center channel. And this is the Sony XM2 800. So that's a region-free player. And you get a lot of good sound, especially in a room this size. That's my budget QLED that I always talk about that I need to replace. I definitely need an OLED. And right over here, is where I keep my 2-watch stack. So I keep my 2-watch stack right here on the front. Right now, I just got this in Mulholland Drive, 50% off. Still kind of my buying freeze, so that one I snuck in. Also, I talked about these. I got to check these out. This awesome World War Z set and the Thing from Another Planet or Another World, which I have actually never seen. I also got this one that I forgot that I ordered a long time ago. The Mummy and the Curse of the Jackals. This is from Severin. This is ridiculous. The whole story of this movie. I got this in recently. Twisters. I never saw this at the theater, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. The others I have seen plenty of times. I've never seen it on 4K. I also got this Criterion 4K. Dr. Sleep. Got this for like $8 on 4K, and this includes the director's cut, which I've heard is really good, and I have never seen it. And Friday Night Lights 4K just came in, so this is my 2-watch stack. I keep it over here. I'm really looking forward to checking all these out, and I think Mulholland Drive is probably going to come up first, but because I'm kind of going to put together a list soon. If you see this way later in the future, go back and check out this list, but I'm going to do a list of like murder mysteries type movies, so Mulholland Drive may be on there if I like it. But hang out right here a lot. Watch TV. There's April and Bill. And then over here, piece of artwork that I got and the artist signed for me here. And then this piece of artwork, I actually painted this. I call this Drawn Together. I did Walt Disney in kind of a cartoon style, and got Tinkerbell and Snow White and Old School Mickey and Dumbo and Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I paint with acrylics mostly. Sometimes I'll do oil. And down here is this is actually a correct, like a screen correct Darth Vader mask that I love. It's setting on top of a plate from the Hoop-Dee-Doo review from Disney World. And on the bottom are a 6-pack of National Championship Cokes from the University of Georgia's championship. Right next to a Ghostbusters trap. Down here is just various goodies. Got my, now this is actually a droid that I built at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. An R2-D2. You can control him. He walks, talks, and will start to think on his own. Got some various lenses and camera equipment down here, and some of my vintage Playboy collection. And right here, this is from Idlewild. This is another an award that I won for scoring Dark Roads. If you want to see the whole story behind this giant Arnold Schwarzenegger book, that was a gift, and it's one of 1947, and Arnold signed it. Very expensive book, well over $1,000 book. I did the whole story about it and why it means a lot to me. It's in my members section. Very, 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 very cool story. Very cool book. What an amazing gift. Speaking of gifts, also down here is some artwork that was given to me and signed by the artist at when we were both guests at Days of the Dead in Atlanta. So some cool artwork. They're all signed and numbered. Got the Wolfman, Ash, Michael Myers, and down there in the dark is Jason. Up here you got some of my record collection. I'm old school, love classic rock. There's some Bob Seger. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack is good. I got both of those. I got several of those. Some Zac Brown band. Some Marshall Tucker band. Got some Speedwagon. Some Eagles. I got some Elvis in here. I've got that's a Superman. Old Kellogg's Presents. I have every Elton John record. I do love Elton John. Some Leonard Skinner. Already pulled that one out. Some more Marshall Tucker Band. Jim Croce. I am a fan of Jim Croce as well. So lots of stuff in here. There's some Beatles. Sgt. Pepper's. John Fogerty. Some more Speedwagon. Chicago. Some Creedence. Oops. I'm gonna bend that up. The Urban Cowboy soundtrack. Great movie. Great soundtrack. So just got various stuff in here. This is not all of them. But we'll look at a few things here. I think that is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road right there. Elton John, Sir Elton. And I collected vintage lunch boxes. These are all that I have left. That one's from 1969. Got Dukes of Hazzard, which I grew up watching, and I got to know John Schneider. We both worked on Penance Lane. Disney, of course. Superman. Super Friends. I used to have a massive lunchbox collection, and I sold them all to help pay for my first movie. I bought equipment with them, sold them all to help pay for my first movie, which is The Doorway, which made a few film festivals, but most people have never seen that one. All right, here I also keep my one of my CRT TVs with the VCR built in so I can watch my VHS tapes. Keep my little Now Playings. Usually whatever I'm talking about's over here. I really liked this movie. It was a first-time watch. Here's another gift from Marty. It says, for Chase, we need cinematic-driven mercenaries for Rambo 4. Join our was that Rambo 7? I can't tell. I can't. Join us. No mercy. Always your friend, Marty Sensei Cove. I love Marty. Marty isn't just like a friend. He's like a father type. Marty is awesome. I collect movie cars because one day I would love to collect the full-size movie and TV cars. One of my favorites ever is the TV show Supernatural and their 67 Impala. Awesome. Got a little Scooby mystery machine there. Of course, the 69 Charger and Ecto 1 here. And I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful showing you guys this painting up here. But like I said, I collect vintage magazines, vintage Playboys, vintage Starlog, movie magazines, stuff like that. Best advertising. Of course, women are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't hurt. But I really am into the advertising and stuff. So I make multimedia paintings most of the time. So I'll tear out magazine articles. I won't tear up a magazine that's not tore up already. I won't do it. But if it's tore up already, I'll tear out magazine, like whether it's pictures, advertisements, or whatever, and I put them down on a canvas, and then I do a painting on top of them. And that's what I did here and with Frankenstein, and we'll take a look at them. This one has a little bit of nudity in it, so I got to be careful what I show. So we're going to get close here. So this is a faux Playboy cover that I did of Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and of course I did Scooby in it. So that is on top of a bunch of Playboys photos and stuff. There's Sharon Stone up there. Got to be careful, go fast. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing up there. Got to turn that one around and be careful so that I don't get like demonetized or anything like that. We're going to shed some light in just a second. So I kind of keep these gray blackout curtains, but we want to be able to see some stuff. So let's get some light on this. So I just open these up. Now it's not a lot of light because it's late in the day and it's kind of cloudy outside, but that's my view when I'm sitting over here. Back over here, I also have windows, and if you see, there's a cat tower over there. We have a Maine Coon cat, Mando, the Mandalorian Maine Coon, and he's around here somewhere. But I'll open that window up, and he'll sit over there and just hang out with me while I'm sitting in here. And then back over here is just recently this wall of movies that I put together. So here is most of my collection of movies. Up here, I keep a lot of my Blockbuster box sets, like big sets that I get. Up here, across the top, and the black box sets from Screen Factory. Got all of those going, and the Paramount Presents. And y'all, I got a lot of DVDs because a lot of stuff I have is old. And then down on the very kind of like down here, I have a lot of TV on DVD down here. Smallville, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Supernatural, Chuck, Fringe, Entourage, X-Files. These are some of my, and of course The Simpsons, some of my favorite shows. That is a screen-used knife from Rambo 3. This is kind of a catch-all corner over here. This was a screen-used Michael Myers mask, and it's actually signed by a couple of guys who played Michael Myers, but it is very, very faded, and it's hard to see. Tom Welling gave me this when Marty introduced us, when I met him at Dragon Con. Huge Smallville fan. So just various odds and ends over here. Probably my favorite Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Vintage Playboy, just laying around. There's some... This is original comic that was made for the movie Creature Feature. There are several of these in the movie, and they tell the stories that are in the movie for sure, but they're open up for a sequel. I would love to do a sequel to Creature Feature that has like a lot of classic monsters in it and is sort of like a a spin-off and kind of a classic Halloween vibe horror anthology. So if we ever get to 10,000 subscribers and I start to go into crowdfunding and making a movie again and trying to pull in a lot of the physical media content creators and stuff like that, it'll probably be a horror anthology. So that's what we'll do. And we'll get back to the movies in a minute. As you can see, those are always behind me back here. This is my desk area. So you get to see, I can like see out into the room. And this is where I sit, so I can see, you know, all my stuff. I can see that TV, the old TRT TV, or I can turn that TV and watch TV from here. I got the old double screen monitor. That is my mom and my stepdad and my kids and I from probably 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I sit right here and I edit with Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects and stuff like that. I am working on a top 20 rom-coms at the time I'm doing this. And then back over here, I'll use this for light sometimes. Just kick it to a white screen, help light my face. But back over here to my movie wall, I pretty much keep everything. So that is comedy over here, studio releases, all comedies. It goes into action, adventure down here. Over here, we continue the action adventure and it goes into sci-fi. All studio releases again. And then down on the bottom are studio release dramas. And then I will keep separate. This is the horror studio releases right here in this area. For the most part, I do this. I put some of these cool sets out like this so they're cool to look at, but they also save space for later, another film festival award. And then here is like by boutique. This is all Arrow or Screen Factory and Arrow next to each other, going all the way down. Down here is just kind of various boutiques. You got Criterion on the bottom. You have various ones here, Umbrella, Kino. I've got to pull Kino, got mixed in with a bunch of stuff. I got to pull them out and put them over here. You've got Severin over here and Synapse. And then, of course, Vinegar Syndrome, all right here. And then we kind of continue, we turn and go under. There's my sign that you guys see as my background. Sorry, it's giving like crazy vibes right now. This is my pumpkin with the AVA Pop Culture logo that was done by Ian's Pumpkin Carving. This is all usually going to be like decorated for whatever holiday it is or whatever I'm talking about back here. Let me turn a little light on. Let's see. About some light. There we go. And I always kind of keep, these are, you know, my movies, Creature Feature, Bring Me a Dream, Realm of Souls, Hollywood Nightmare, aka Perdition. There's Dark Roads. I got some more down here. Somewhere in here is the Japanese release of, here it is. This is the Japanese release of Buried Cane. And over here, I kind of keep stuff that's special to me. First, here's my VHS, what's left of my VHS collection. Down here are Christmas movies. This is my little firelight. Gives a little warm firelight glow. And then I keep like Stallone movies, Karate Kid movies, Schwarzenegger movies, stuff like Back to the Future. Like some of my 80s favorites are just randomly, I keep them over here together because they just mean a lot to me. This is where I'm going to change out a lot to decorate for different holidays, put different stuff up. And then over here is like some foreign stuff that I keep in foreign boutiques like Second Sight, Turbine, Studio Canal. All that stuff is down there. And then you look out, and there is my room. I sit right here facing the computer, bring my chair to the end and talk to you guys right into that microphone. And that's pretty much it. Lots and lots of stuff. It is, you can kind of see the wall of movies behind me, but I hang out here a lot, and I just want to kind of share it with you guys, give a look around my space so that you kind of, I don't know, it helps feel connected. At least it does to me, like with people, because you know, you don't know, you kind of see what you see of me on there. I am exactly that person. I'm exactly like what you see on there. There's one other thing I'll show you guys over here. This is another painting I did, and I use this sometimes. Down here on the floor, that's Walt Disney. I called that one The Colorful Mind of Walt Disney. And I will use that to cover up the cords and stuff back here sometimes. So Walt doing a job there. And that's just my little backlighting. That's the lighting you guys see behind me back there. I'm a sucker for things that are lit up. I haven't done a full collection video. I did the horror collection, but I think I have a little less than I thought. I think I have about 2,000 movies, maybe 1,800 in total, and that's it. So lots of room for improvement. Now, eventually, the problem is when you keep expanding physical media, you got to have more and more space. So I don't know where I'll go next with the space, but maybe up here over the TV, I can put some shelving and put some more movies up there. But this is where I want to get a 65-inch OLED and mount it right here. This is a 56-inch TV, so Dark Roads is still playing. But that's kind of it, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Feel free to ask me any questions down here. There's some stuff that got moved out of this room, like I have a autograph picture from It's a Wonderful Life from the actress that played Zuzu. So a lot of that kind of stuff is not in here anymore, but you know, you run out of wall space, especially when you have a couple big windows over there and you got to put all this physical media on the walls. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I really do. I usually just set, there's nothing scientific. I have this little plastic thing right here that I set this is a 4K camera on a gimbal that I talk to you guys on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have enjoyed this. I hope you guys got to know me a little better. Ask me any questions. Always tell you. Try to maybe get some more live streams where you guys can talk to me, because I did this to hang out with you guys. That's the whole reason I started this channel. Yes, it started to make a little bit of money, and by little bit, I mean little bit. And that helps me keep doing it, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, a lot of editing, but I do love it. And I love talking movies, and hey, maybe we can get a movie off the ground that we can bring this whole community in with here soon. Who knows? But if you enjoyed this is a very different video. We usually do 4K reviews, physical media news, lists, ranking, all that from a fan and filmmaker's perspective. If that sounds like something that is your jam, please like and subscribe, y'all. It really does help me out. And if you want to help support the channel, support all this that I do, you can join at my Patreon link below or right here on YouTube. A couple dollars a month, you get even more behind the scenes stuff, behind the scene looks at my movies, get your name in lights here, and so much more. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.